You're fun.
Hi, and welcome to another one of my 15-minute snappy interviews. And I am super excited today because I've got the one and only, the fearless leader of the Hounds of Business. He's also happened to be a financial genius. So we're going to talk to Mike just now. Just briefly to introduce myself, I'm Christine Bell. I'm a customer strategist and researcher, but we're not going to be talking about that right now. This is all about learning and growing together because I do truly believe after 8 years in my own business on my own, that it can get really lonely on this ride. So we need other people with us. We need people who believe in us. We need our cheerleaders. We need people who we can talk to sometimes. It doesn't always have to be sales. It's about also co-creating and collaborating. And I'm super excited that I'm part of the Hounds. I highly recommend that you check out these groups in America, but it's spreading worldwide. And I'm super excited to be here with you, Mike. So I met Mike. Well, actually, I met you on LinkedIn. I didn't even know you. I think I started paying attention to you last year, probably around October, at the same time that I started spending or noticing Jody Lamb and also the wonderful Raquel. I hope I pronounced her name correctly.
Oh yeah.
Still learning those rolling R's as well, being Danish. And I think I just started noticing you, and you just had this energy that was super attractive, and you just had this realness about you. And when we finally did actually have a Zoom conversation, I think about a month ago, no, that was 3 months ago, you just made me laugh. I don't think we even got through the conversation in terms of what we were supposed to talk about. I just had fun, and this is what it's all about. I want to have fun in this ride that we call life, and especially in business too. So over to you, Mike. Please tell us a little bit about you, and I'm going to try and keep a check on the chat too because I do forget that.
No, I'm doing the same thing. I have more fun playing the comments. But Christine, hey, my pleasure being here. It is. I think you're a fantastic person and human being, and so happy to have you in the Hounds of Business. It is just, I see you. You try to sneak around and be quiet, and but I see you. You can't escape me. It's very stalkerish, I know, but you do lots of good things. You have lots of credibility out there, and as long as we're attracting and retaining people like you, we know we're on the right track. We know we're doing great things, extraordinary things. And so, my intro, real quick, is you never meet a guy who messed up a lot of things more than me. And one of those things was social media. All right, LinkedIn in particular. So when COVID hit, they said we couldn't go out and play anymore. Right. And I was 39, I'm 42. So I'm face to face. I like to network and talk to people. And they told us that we couldn't do it anymore. So I went on, like most people in their 40s or up, I went on social media, didn't know what I was doing, and I spammed and pitch slap people for about 2 years. And that's where my receding hairline come from, right? This half was from leaving messages on LinkedIn and being told no and hell no, and this one is for my kids, right? So I was blessed. I met a guy who understood how the game was played. He understood not just how to grow on LinkedIn, but he understood how to attract people, how to
Yeah.
sort people, how to repel the wrong people. And he just helped me unlock what I knew I could do. I knew if I could get people to know, like, and trust me, the ball game was over. Half the battle was won. So I
Yes.
just set out to love on people, teach them what I've learn LinkedIn, learn finance, learn dating advice, whatever the hell they needed. That's what I was giving them. And guess what? Oh, they came to me. The fish come to you when you do that. When you give value and you build trust in the right, the authentic way, people will come to you. They're not going to come to some rando person they don't know.
Yeah.
They're going to come to you because they know and like you and trust you. So that's how the Hounds grew. It was an accident. I wanted to make friends and got tired of being broke and unhappy and friendless, and decided I was going to invest in people and use my dadgum kindergarten skills. And look what happened. You're here. So it works, right?
I love I love that. And I just want to say to Sylvia, who's going to have to leave, that we are here. We are going to try and finish in 15 minutes, maybe 16 minutes, but we're aiming for it and we can do it, right, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. So thank you guys for all showing up in the comments. So in terms of the challenge, I heard that obviously one of the big challenges you faced in business, and this is all about learning and growing from each other, was the whole thing around LinkedIn in terms of how to do that. Was another any other big challenges you faced that in terms of that you walked through that you know other people suffer from too?
Yeah, a lack of self-belief.
Yeah.
Whatever, whatever's in our mind is what the problem is. We all want to jump to the algorithm issues, how to do this and how to steps without going, "Hey, do I really believe in me? Do I really even
Yes.
believe that I can do this?" And the answer is oftentimes no. And in my case, it was a hell no. But here's the encouragement. baby steps are still steps. And as Sia always says, all boats rise with the tide. Um, Courage is here's my challenge, and this is what I learned, and this is where most people that I coach and teach how to grow on LinkedIn, financially, whatever, that's their biggest problem. They courage. Well, I don't have the confidence. No, you don't. You have courage. You have courage like me to put on your hat because that's who you are one day, and maybe look stupid. Who knows? And you do it anyway. And then you decide based on that result if you're going to do it again or not. And then you get better and you take baby steps that turn to giant steps. So the mindset cannot be overlooked. People
Yes.
screw up and look at LinkedIn that way. They look at life that way. And you got to get your mind right and focus on that as you try and experiment and screw up things. Get your mind back. You know how this is, right? You know what
I
I'm
know
talking
how it is. We just had this conversation before we went on. One of my biggest thing has been believe in myself. It's been self-worth. It's been, in my own business, but then also when the lockdowns happened in Australia, and they were pretty horrific here, suddenly I had to change my whole mindset. I had to get online. I had to be seen. And it's funny, there was a craving for it. I have to admit it. I kind of wanted to do it, yeah, but there's still, like we're just talking about, I'm still holding back a little bit. This is actually the first time I put out an invite that I even mentioned to anyone that we were doing this live LinkedIn. I've been doing them on the quiet, possibly to just do my baby step and sort of do it out there without spending, getting too much attention, yeah?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. I came out and said, stop doing that. Right. Now, and because deep down, you have value. You know what you're capable of. But sometimes, man, we're scared of our own successes. I mean, to be honest, I'm still sometimes scared of what I'm capable of at this point.
Yeah.
And it's not even me; it's the people around me. Like this,
Yeah.
all my knowledge is empty. Like I got all these winners in the hounds keeping me charging, right? And but if not us, then who? And why not us? Other people are doing things and striving, hitting goals, and doing great things. Why the hell not us?
Yeah.
Honestly, but why not? That's the why should I? Ask
And the
yourself why
key
not.
thing, exactly. And the key thing I notice about it is I see a lot of people who are selling what I'm selling or similar things, yeah? And some of them have absolutely zero freaking experience, yeah? But they're not afraid to go out there and sell it anyway. And I'm like, why do I, with 25 years experience, what's holding me back for thinking, that people want to hear me or see me or learn from me, yeah? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Such a
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
mindset.
our family, our friends, the messages through school, what we tell ourselves, our comparisons, our biases, our over generalizations,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. And but you know what? You know what?
Tell
We
me.
have the power to shut that off, change the channel, and get real with it. And I'm not a Pollyanna, man. I don't like bull stuff. Everybody knows I'm a bull stuff zone, free zone right here.
Yeah.
But I like, for example, we say, oh well, this looks silly. Like Stephanie Delfonso teaches the breathing techniques, and for a long time I said I'm not doing this in the office. I look stupid. But you know what? When I ask myself the counter question, what looks more stupid? Me doing a couple breathing exercises nobody will see probably, or
Hmm.
me looking like a giant donkey running around the office screaming at people? Which one's stupider, right? So when we ask ourselves the counter question, oh, I can't do this. Why the hell not? Because you're not good enough. Yeah, but
Yeah.
could I get good enough? Quite possibly. You do this conversation with yourself and you'll be amazed at where that path can lead. It's seriously.
Exactly. And also having people to believe in you, which is why I love the House of Business because everyone actually rally together and promotes each other and believe in it. And just look at how many people on the post right now are literally in here just, clapping on for us and supporting us, which is wonderful. It's amazing community that you've created. And I think it's really, really important that you talked about the baby steps, yeah? And for me, someone told me some months back, they said, hey, if you're going to put yourself out there, one, get impromptu. It was a lady called Dale Stevens. So thank you, Dale. She said, start doing impromptu videos. And I said, oh, I don't know how to do that on live. She goes, well, you can just do it on your phone. Yeah. You don't actually have to share it with anyone. Just start fucking sorry, I shouldn't say that. Just start practicing. Yeah. 7 o'clock in the morning. I shouldn't be saying those words.
Yeah, well, you're with the right person here. She's right. I mean, just do it. Nike, right? Just do it. I mean, honestly, just do it. Well, people ask and say it applies to everything. Well, I was going to sell my house, but the housing market isn't working right. Well, just do it anyway. Like, I mean, find a
Yeah.
way to daggum do it because most of the things in entrepreneurship and business and major goals, I honestly believe 90% of it is just staying in the game. It really
Yeah.
is. Uh, I
Yeah.
mean, here I am after decades and years of just struggling and people saying you're ridiculous. You'll never make it. Get a job, keep a job, learn how to behave. And here it is, man. I'm right there. It's it's
Yeah.
it's happening right now in real time. And
And you know, there comes a point where you can't go back to that job. Yeah. There just comes a point where it's like, I can't do it. I am on this journey and my heart is screaming at me to keep going on this journey. And yes, I need strategies, but it's also just the heart. The energy is just telling me there's something in it. Just keep going. I can't help myself. Yeah. And I think sometimes you
yeah,
need that drive. You need that desire so badly to keep going in business because it can be really hard. It's like a freaking roller coaster half the time, yeah, until you get sort of more settled and you find your way.
it is. And you have to trust yourself. At least give yourself permission. That's the thing. There's a book called One Word, and for years, but that one word, I haven't even finished the book. I mean, the title was enough for me almost, but that one word was intention. Well, ask yourself, why am I doing what the hell I'm doing at this given moment? Why am
Yeah,
I going to do this? Why am I planning on that? Why? Boy, that can don't go overboard, but ask yourself, why? Why am I putting up with this boss I can't stand? Why am I doing things that I hate to do? Why am I having someone else control my vacation and my time and tell me what I should do? Why am I building someone else's daggum business?
yeah,
That's what prompted me to build two of my businesses, right? And to go out and find people just like me and you who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's why I don't
yeah,
advertise anything I do because I want to make sure I meet people and get referred to people who are just done because nobody would want to join me in finance. I mean, nobody wakes up and wants to do that job. But someone who is like, I'm just tired. Life has to be better than this. I'm sick
yeah.
of it. Then that's who's attracted to me, right? That's
And I
encouragement.
think this is a huge trend that's coming through a lot more, which is why I was also attracted to you. It's like there's so many of us who are just sick and tired and we only got one life, yeah, and most of us quit just before we're about to succeed. I think there's a quote somewhere like that that's really powerful, but it's like just do what you want in this life. We've got us all, as far as we know, we only got one life, yeah, so if we don't do it now, when are we going to do it? Yeah. And then
Yeah.
find the people that you resonate with. And for me, I think one of the big trends that I think is coming through, and you can tell me otherwise if you think differently, is that we have all this AI and all these automated things. And I think, yeah, that's great. They can help us. But what we're going to crave, because there's always we live in a duality world. Yeah. So if we have all that happening, on the other hand, what we're having is going to be a trend for real people, real conversations, real connections, authenticity, and being genuine on LinkedIn. That is what's needed. And that is what I think you do so well yourself and the people in your group in the Hounds of Business too.
Yeah, thank you. And again, it's not the tool that's important. It's the strategy behind the tools. It's how we're using these tools. Like I don't want to get
Yeah.
a big remember the old maps of the 80s and stuff where we had, Atlas and all that. I don't want to do that. I enjoy the GPS. But I also
Yeah.
remember not too long ago in the year 2000 when it ran me into a daggum almost ran me into a tree on a dead end road.
Wow.
So I think,
Yeah.
to me in the hounds is people who love relationships. They want to, they want to get business done, but they want to enjoy it in the process, who they work with, right? And they're not, it's kind of a middle road approach. It's not all too far on one side or the other. It's not all AI or no AI. Somewhere in the
No.
middle, depending on you and your circumstances, you should be here or here, right? And I think that's what's attractive to people in the business world. It's not about cookie cutter or do it our way. There's a million different ways to do it. But if you lead with the heart and you use your dadgum kindergarten skills as the foundational piece, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And you can be happy and have peace while you're doing it. It doesn't have to be a daggum horrible chore. We have
Yeah.
friends that boost us up through this, right? And we're not alone. I think for me and a lot of folks out there, it's being alone. And we have folks like you and I who are fairly new, or I'm not new, but new to a new chapter in business or whatnot. And then we
Yeah.
have folks who are not new at all. They have 20 years of experience of killing it. Right? They could have retired 5 years ago, but
Yeah.
they got bored, right? And they don't. So the hounds is for hard attitude. People who want to push each other up. That's what we're about. And you are a perfect fit. My gosh, you are I
Thank
would
you.
clone you. I'd feel the hounds will be finished if I could clone you. So
Oh,
that's who we're looking
I
for.
appreciate you so much. And this is what it's all about. We're building each other up. Yeah. Because sometimes you need
Yeah.
that support. You need someone to take that hand and say, here it is. And let me just give you the step up. Yeah. because it gets really lonely and it can get really uncomfortable in business, especially online as well, when we have to put ourselves out there. And that's not what we're used to, yeah? And we have to use our voice. We
Right.
have to speak up. We have to be us. We have to be okay being us. And we have to be okay making mistakes too in front of everyone, yeah?
Yeah, and when you introduce me to somebody, it's so much easier because we have a commonality, right? You're saying, "Hey, here's
Yeah.
someone else I know and trust. Would you like to talk?" And that's really the simplicity of the Hounds. Hey, me and Jody know each other, so we're gonna pull Christine in. All
Yeah.
right. And well, Christine's kind of, cut all that weirdness out. We already kind of got a familiarity. We got a strong endorsement, right?
Yeah.
What else could you want? And I think that's the key. There's no stranger danger here. We all want to
Yeah.
do good. And, you know, it,
And that's a really good
that's who
point.
we are.
I was watching you and Jody and Raquel for quite a few months. It's like, it wasn't like what do they call that? The dating app where you literally make out on the first night. It wasn't like that. Yeah. It was a bit
Right.
more like, let's get to just watch each other. Just, see what this is, the
Yeah.
energy, and then let's reach out. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, dog parks, dating, and business. I don't see a difference. I see it all the same. I mean, in the same principles that either make you good in the dating world, the relationship world, can make you good in business. I
Yeah.
don't see a difference. You wouldn't just walk up and say, hey, where you want to move into, what kind of house you want to buy. You just met this
Yeah.
lady. So why do we do it in business on LinkedIn and send pitch slap
Exactly.
messages? We back up and when we focus on the person behind the screen, focus on remember, there's a real human being on the other side of that post
Yeah.
and or anywhere online. And if we're trying to tap into that, then we're over half of the way there. It's not a like, it's not a thing. It's just not 10,000 random impressions. By God, this is somebody. I have a mission, and I'm trying to attract people, all right, to
Yeah.
my pack, to my flock, and I'm trying to gather up people who need what I have today.
Yeah.
Or in my case, other people who have the stuff you need, right? So it's all about giving value and sincerely caring about other people. No one in my book does that better. Very few right there on the playing field with you, Christine. So um
Amen
I,
to
I'm
that.
I can't wait for you to blow up because this people need that. And you can
And this
serve
is
that.
why and this is how we're going to finish up, because we're at 17 minutes now. So I am aware of the clock. And thank you for everyone who's shown up. I really appreciate this is the power of the hounds that are all shown up today to listen to us. I really appreciate that. And I think this is a great message to finish up on. We all have what it takes. We just need some help. And I'm so excited that I met you. And I'm super excited that you have a LinkedIn course coming up in terms of how to be yourself, but stand out in a way that's real and feels good to you and feels that it's coming from the heart. Yeah. And still blow up and have that support in terms of believing in yourself as well, which we, not all, but some of us still need. Yeah. So I'm so appreciative for your time today. So before we just finish up, please tell us where people can reach out to you and what you have coming up that they might be interested in joining, like your LinkedIn course, LinkedIn influencer
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. First of all, I got a town hall this Thursday, so just DM me. I know it's cumbersome to go run around and try to find all this stuff, especially with all the quirks now on LinkedIn, but they'll fix it. They're good. So go DM me and just say, "Hey, Christine," all right, subject line, just text me or DM me because I have a town hall. What that is that the Hounds has grown so rapidly, so fast with all the collaborations. This is real business. It's not just liking and commenting on LinkedIn posts. This is folks getting together and working together and making extraordinary things in the world happen. It truly is. So we mean business. Yeah, we like to, be friends and push each other up, but boy, we mean business, and we wanted to do a lot of it. So Thursday, 1 p.m. town hall. It's 1 p.m. Eastern time for international folks. You will get a copy. I don't expect you to get up at 1 a.m. in Australia and in UK. Uh, so you'll get a copy, but also for folks who are not playing around and they sincerely, businesses and folks that want to get results, they're tired of hoping for the best or trying to figure it out on their own, just like I did. There will be an offer at the end of that town hall for those who are ready to get done. They want the sales process, the business process to be closed, locked down. We're not playing here. All right. So if those folks who are looking to invest in the right, in a place that is going to help you get the tools that you need to go out there and get things done and get more clients and have the fish jump in your boat, then show up Thursday at 1 p.m. You won't be sorry. And the Hounds is free for now. So again, people ask real quick. I know we're over time. I'll take the heat. But people ask me, why do you do that? Why is the Hounds free? I'll tell you why. Because the number one factor that paralyzes greatness and other people from learning is fear and trust. It's hard to trust anybody. So the Hounds is my way of saying, hey, if I can help you for free and connect you with such amazing people like you and teach you some small things to make big impact, what do you think is going to happen when you actually pay me for intentional coaching? He's not going to wonder if this guy can do it because I've already done it for free. So look, you can tell. I just tell it like it is. I want people to do great things. Stop telling yourself no and you can't. Join us. Check it out. If you don't like it, you can leave. You can come back later. I just want people to get unstuck and start doing something. Take a baby step. We're here for you. Appreciate you letting me helping us
You're
get the word
welcome.
out
And
there.
then final endorsement, I'll say I joined the Hounds in June, I think it was, and since then the likes and the exposure on my shares, it was pretty good, but it just went boof straight up after I joined. So if that's not an endorsement, I
Sweet.
don't know what is. I appreciate you so much. I'm so happy we connected. I'm so happy I got to know you and all the Hounds. I see a lot of comments in here. Thank you so much for showing up, everyone. And I really appreciate everyone. And I highly recommend that you get together with Mike, have a chat with him, join the Hounds, and definitely join his LinkedIn course that's coming up very soon too. So thank you so much for your time. We're in 21 minutes. We did pretty well. So thank you for your
For
time. I
me,
appreciate it.
it's a world record. You're fantastic. I appreciate you, and you have a good day. Thanks so much.
Thank you. We're going to leave the studio now.